All right, so today we're going to be doing a walkthrough and a tour of a new construction home here in Lake Stevens. As behind me, it is going to be priced at $1.4 million. I'm going to go ahead and walk through it. I'm going to be commenting on the materials, the design, what I like, what I don't like, and guessing kind of like how much it must have cost to build, etc. And also, you guys will, I will ask you guys whether it's worth $1.4 million or not. Let you guys decide. Just so you know, it is right next door to another home. Yes, that is a whole different separate home that it's not quite attached. It's detached, but it's very close to this home. Basically, you have no privacy between the homes. So, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna show you the views from kind of here right now. And you can see there's the lake behind me. So you do have some lake views. And as we're gonna go see, there's a rooftop deck and there's other decks and patios. There's 3 tiers of decks and patios that we're gonna go check out and explore. And that's all gonna take advantage of these views. So come with me. Let's go take a look at this home. It's gonna be a longer video and going on YouTube. So hope you guys enjoy. Let's get this tour started. Okay, so as you step inside the home, the front door is a 9-foot door, and it's nice. I'll try to show you the front door, what it looks like. Here's what it looks like. This is the front door. I wish it would be frosted. I'm not a huge fan of having this this completely clear like this. It's kind of weird for a homeowner because like this is not even tinted. So you can see, anybody who comes out can see all the way through into your house. So they should have frosted the glass for sure. The side ones, you could frost them or you just leave them clear and then they can put blinds, but having this section of the door should be frosted, number one. And then also, I don't know what this room is for. They have this tiny little room in here and there's literally, it's just an empty, super tiny room for like a bathroom, but there's no bathroom. So not sure what's going on with that. It could be a closet, and then there's a door, and a window. So I don't know what they're thinking with this. Hold on, let me see. I don't know what's going on with this. But anyways, so would have frosted the front door. The front door, how much does it cost? That could be a $800 to $1,000 front door, for sure. Now let's go to the bathroom. They do have, it looks pretty nice. They have this mirror. This mirror's kind of expensive. It's probably a $200-something mirror. They got a vanity here. It's not, it's nice, don't get me wrong. It's nice, I like it, but it's not particularly super fancy. And they got a pretty standard Gerber toilet. Those are gonna be running like 160-ish. And then also downstairs, we have another just empty room. I guess you'd say it's a utility room. They have a hot water tank down here under the stair storage. Again, not sure what the purpose is. They should have put in shelving or made it more of a usable space because that's kind of weird. And it does have a sprinkler system in here, so that's cool. That's a lot of money. That's like 15 grand or something. In terms of the flooring, looks like they put, looks like engineered hardwood, but I could be wrong. It could be LVP. Also, they have like this weird double stair set, not a fan. Here, it's like a double set of stairs. And then they got, okay, so here's a pantry here. Let me show it to you guys. Here's a pantry. You go into the, so see how this door is frosted? Right, you can't see through it. Yeah, they should have done that to the front door, okay? Really nice pantry, actually, like it. They do have a step up to the outside area, and then there's a weird awkward steps right here. Not sure what those are for or what you're accessing, but let's walk into the kitchen. So there's a lot of multi-level floors here, a lot of steps that are completely unnecessary. And let's just say from an architectural standpoint, somebody messed up. Not well designed, would not do that. It's a pain in the butt. You got to step up here to go to the bathroom and step up here to go outside. Like, why? Why? You can easily design it. And when you're doing it through engineering, well, you don't have these stupid little inconvenient steps. Like, why? It's unnecessary. So now we're into the main living space and kitchen. So I'll show you that. So behind me is kind of like it's like a dry bar, display services. You could technically use it as like a, I don't know, drinks bar. There's a refrigerator here for like wine or champagne or whatever you want to put in there, beer. They do have this, accent wall with the sound dampening panels. I've bought those panels. Those are really cheap, but they do kind of look cool. The chandeliers, nothing too fancy. It's probably a $200 light fixture, maybe $250 at most. And again, I think this flooring actually might be LVP actually. It might be LVP, which is fine. No complaints. They do have a deck with some views here. So we'll get a picture of that. Look at the views. It's pretty nice. Okay. We're going to go out on the deck, check it out. So it is a nice deck. They did the metal cable railings. You do get some pretty decent views. So that's nice. They used hardy plank siding. Hey, and look, I made a video about this the other day. These are the exact same light fixtures that I pointed out at Home Depot. And these ones are the smaller ones. So these ones are only cost about $50, $60 per light. And again, they have the same, I do the same light bulbs in my houses as well. So so this deck's nice. It's textured, so it's gripped, so you don't slip. They used hardy plank siding on the sides. Again, metal railings like that. They did oh, that's nice. They did a nice little wood soffit with some lighting above, so you can see that. So you got some lights, and it's called a soffit. So it's basically a covering of the deck. And yeah, so it's nice. I like the windows, I like the views, I like the deck. That's well done. So props to them on that. I like the living room area. Not as up with that door's not aligned properly. We have, here's like the living room area and the fireplace, which is nice. Again, did a good job there. And then they have the kitchen island. I think they might have overspent a little bit on it, but not terribly. They did do a waterfall. Waterfall just simply means they added another stone that goes vertically from the top down to the bottom. But it's not the end of the world. It's totally fine. And then they have, looks like to be like Belmont cabinets. They're soft closed, but they didn't do a great job on them, on the hinges. These are the cabinets. They look nice. They're single shakers. Again, I think these are KitchenAid appliances, perhaps. No, they're Frigidaire. So we got Frigidaire stove, Frigidaire fridge, and Frigidaire dishwasher. Again, this is a Frigidaire Professional, so it's a little bit nicer line from Frigidaire. I'm not hating on that Frigidaire necessarily. And they did do a nice job with the vent hood above the cooktop, but I don't know why they did electric, because that looks kind of bad instead of gas. Should have done gas if that was an option, if they could do it. Again, we've got a nice kind of kitchen hard stone countertops here. This is like I want to say, it's interesting. It's two different thicknesses. Over here on this side, it's like what's called a 2cm, so it's a little bit thinner. And then on this side, on this kitchen island, is like a 3cm. It's a little bit thicker. So I'm not sure why they went different thicknesses for the different countertops. That's a little weird. Also, how do you guys feel about these top cabinets with the lights in them? I don't know. I guess it's better than having empty space, but yeah, I mean, the cabinetry is nice. The stone's nice. Nice texture. No complaints so far. Let's go, but let's check this out. There's a random step here to go up to the rest of the house and the rest of this floor and like the bathroom. Like, why? Why is there a step? I don't understand. Okay, so you might think this is a really expensive shower, but it's not terrible. And it does look nice though. They did do a nice little curb here with the same product, and they did a nice small tile with slope for the drain, and then this is the little shelf insert that they did, and then all the different tiles for the walls. Again, this is very well done, so this must have cost them a lot of money. And again, you have this glass door. This glass door, it is a standard sized shower, so this is probably about $900 just for this glass door. And again, a little bit cheaper on the toilets. These are about $160. Hardware for the faucets and the door handles and all the towel hangers, there's not that much, $60, $70. And then the vanity itself is nice, but it's like a $250 vanity, roughly. Again, don't know what's up with the step-ups. What do we have over here? So here they have it staged in office, but I think you could also count it as like a bedroom. Yes, you can. So this is a bedroom office. This is one of the bedrooms, so they have stages in the office. So they have your ingress egress windows. The lighting is pretty dark in here, if I'm being honest. So they could have added some more can lights in here. And then they have the closet right there. So again, this light's pretty weak. They could have added some more can lights. Same thing with this. This is your laundry room. It has this huge window here, which I don't know why you need this for a laundry room. Like, you don't need a giant oversized window for a laundry room, so that's a waste of money. I'm trying to check these doors. the feel, as you can hear that, it's pretty thin in the middle here. I do think they're solid core, but I don't know, they feel a little cheap if you ask me. Yeah, so you got your laundry connections. Again, I don't like this step up thing, but we'll go up to the next level and check that out. Let's continue the walkthrough. Yeah, I like the railings. I like the flooring. I like the trim. That's all nice. Paint seems to be good, textured. I love textured walls. Textured walls just, to me, is just like, looks a lot better. Plus it helps refine like little scratches and defects. So now we have another doorway to the outside. We'll get to that in a second. Let's look on the inside first. I think we're at the top level. We are. So we have another bedroom. We put carpet in this room. Okay, so this one I do appreciate the overly large window. Again, get some blinds. They have it staged here for two bedrooms. And then a nice double, it's a standard size closet. Hey, I put this same kind of stuff in my closets too. This little bar and the shelf here, I put that in mine. It's not that much money, but it looks nice. So no complaints with that though. Let's see. Another bedroom, pretty much same thing, same closet, same window, same carpet, same flooring, same size. So nothing big there. Here we have like a shared bathroom between the two rooms. So you have the double sinks out here. I do like that they did the light up LED mirrors. Those are nice, I like those. Again, you might think this is expensive, it's really not. Because this is a double length, it's actually fairly long, it's probably around, I want to say $900 to maybe $1,200 for this whole, all the cabinets, all the vanities. Or they could have just done two different vanities, like you can see right here, and it's actually, this is line down the middle, and it's split into two different sections. So it could actually be, you know, cheaper than $1,200 for sure, because then they just did one top. Again, Gerber toilets, there's nothing wrong with them. They're just not as nice as like a Kohler toilet, personal opinion. They did do, again, they did a tub here. This tub looks really nice. This tub is actually cheap. It's about $350, okay? The tile is actually fairly expensive. Same thing with the little shelving cutout. And then they just did a curtain rod for this bathroom. So that saves a lot of money on glass. Like I said, the glass could be, you know, $950 to like $1,100 for the glass. So this, $50, $40, whatever. So a lot of money there. I do like the tile, but we're opting for more like a stone polymer resin panels these days. It looks like exactly like this. It looks like hard stone, and when you bang on it, it acts and feels like hard stone, but it's not. And it's only about that thick. But it's really fast for a plumber to install. It's really easy to work with, cut holes through. It's really easy to plumb. It's really easy to waterproof in the caulk. It's really easy to put in the shelving, and it costs a lot less than tile. And it looks great. It looks like the whole thing is like a bunch of solid stone surfaces along the walls, but it's not. It looks a lot nicer than it is, but that's the point. So here's like the primary suite, owner suite, whatever you want to call it. Very nice. They got huge windows here, which as they should. Sliding glass door to a deck, which as they should. I love that portion. They got double French doors that actually come in through the entryway here. Appreciate that. Tall ceilings, built-in speakers. Love that. Love that. That's awesome. Big space. This looks to be, it could be a king bed. Their stage is king bed. And then again, we have, I'm looking for the closet. Yeah, here's the bathroom for the bed, for the main master owner suite. So we have a small, thin amount of counter space on this side. Maybe it's like it's a makeup area right here. Okay, so there's your makeup seating area with your mirror and your lighting and all your shelving. And then they have another double vanity sink on this side. Again, to do the double vanity and the mirrors and all the fixtures, let's see, it's probably $1,700, maybe $1,800. So this is the closet for the master. Oh, they also did a mirror on the door. Checks out. So this is a mirror right here. Well, that's kind of cool. And then they have in the closet all this built-in custom shelvings, which I do appreciate. Again, this is not super expensive. You can get it through like, I get mine through like Crafter's Land. I think for the whole thing, it's probably, I don't know, $1,200, maybe less. So not terrible. And that's installed, by the way. It's completely installed, everything, maybe less. You got a standalone tub, which, you know, people can love or not. These ones do cost a little bit more. primarily because the plumbing and this hardware here, the fixture. So that one's probably gonna be running around 550 to 600. And then here's the similar shower, a little bit bigger. So you have, you're looking at your tile all the way from floor to ceiling, tile on your floor, or your shower floor. And then you have a built-in shelf there, and you have the glass entryway as well, which is nice. That is, every time, man, it always makes me nervous. But really nice job, good quality here, really good job installation. So yeah, overall, very well done with the primary suite. Love the deck, love the views. Like the water views are great here, you can see them. And yeah, let's see, where are we at? We're about 18 minutes. So we're gonna go do the top level outside, and then we're gonna be done. So we're shooting for about a 20-minute video, so we're right on target. Let's go check it out. The last thing to go and tour is outside on the rooftop. Let's go check it out. So, here we go, outside. We're gonna go up another set of stairs. Okay, and we're gonna, I don't know why he did a rooftop deck, but whatever. In like Stevens, but whatever. Okay, well, you know, I'm hating on it, but it's actually pretty nice. And the view of the lake is actually spectacular from up here. This is really what makes the thing. It's just unfortunate that you can only use it like 3 months of the year. Because look at this, you guys are gonna love this. This is my favorite part. I'm gonna get as close as I can, go from the corner. I'm gonna do this. Look at this. Look at these views, I love this. So I'll show you guys up. So, really awesome views from the rooftop deck. And then they have it staged right here with all this different outdoor furniture. And they have like these nice little, what do you want to call them, drink holders. They're kind of like a metal bar-ish, bar top. So that's nice. That's a nice like little built-in feature. I think they did some things that are really, really well. And there's some things that I'm very like, I don't understand the design choices, like the weird 1 or 2 step-ups throughout the home. How much do I think it costs to build this home? Well, it's probably a little bit less than you might think. I don't know. So the rooftop deck does add quite a bit of cost. So, and it depends. I don't know how much they paid for the dirt. I imagine they bought both lots at the same time, so they probably got a pretty decent deal. But there's also a lot of site work they had to pay for. So I would imagine that at their current price point, they're maybe making about 100 grand because of holding costs. And again, they're at 1.4. So they're maybe making 100 grand, maybe 150 grand net profit because of holding costs, because of all the site work, the utilities, this rooftop deck, which is nice for like 3 months a year, but it's very expensive to build. And also it's more expensive for engineering. It is a very nice feature. I love it on this situation, but again, not sure it's worth the cost. So, and then you have all the weird like 1 or 2 steps throughout the home. 1 or 2 steps here, 1 or 2 steps there, 1 or 2 steps there. And it's like, why couldn't you design it so it's all just level? One plane of, you know, without all the different step ups and step downs. I just, that's my biggest complaint, is just the weird design. And also there's 2 empty rooms downstairs, like in the entryway. Like why? What is the purpose for those rooms? Like they don't really serve any purpose. Like they have a window, but why? Like what are they, just empty? They're just empty space. Like why? I don't understand. Like why not make it bigger and turn it into an office? You have the space. Like I don't understand. So there were some mistakes in the designs, I think, in the architectural designs, which sucks. And again, I don't know. I would not have done a rooftop deck because like rooftop decks in Washington, man, they're a lot of upkeep and they fail a lot. They fail very frequently. They fail very often. And so, you know, you're going to get a leaky roof and it's terribly expensive to repair. So I would not have done a rooftop deck. It's great. I love it, but I would not have done it. It just doesn't make a lot of sense for this location in Washington. And, you know, I understand now why they're asking what they're asking for the home. But, you know, before I don't want to give my opinion, I want to ask you guys, do you think this home, after seeing everything, is worth $1.4 million? Again, there's a lot of pros here. I think You know, the materials are overall pretty good. And so, you know, no complaints. Again, I love the windows. The lighting could be better. The lighting packages are a little weird. Like this weird chandelier in the stairs, a weird design choice. The lighting in the rooms is very dimly lit. They should have added, you know, 2 or 3 can lights per room. I like to do the triangle Delta Force for can lights. So they could add more can lights in this room as well. They do have a decent amount. Yeah, I mean, I know I'm being nitpicky, but, you know, again, we are talking a $1.4 million home in Lake Stevens with a lot of weird quirks and designs with the flow. And like I said, these little step ups here is what's really killing them, because the kitchen is really nice. Like I would live in this home. But also, you know, the driveway is also very steep. So that's another issue. So the driveway is steep. Plus, another really big issue that's probably killing the value is this is your neighbor. And look, I can see into their windows. They can see into my house. And there's a whole bunch of places, no, not here. There's a whole bunch of places where you can see into their house and they can see into your house. And, you know, people don't really like that in Lake Stevens. In Seattle, people are kind of overtly used to it, not a big deal. But in Lake Stevens, we're out in the country, they don't like that. They don't want to look out their window and see their neighbor cooking or having people over or whatever they're doing. So, all in all, I want to hear your thoughts. Like, is it worth? By the way, this is the garage. And for whatever reason, it stinks, probably from all the landscaping stuff here. It stinks really bad in here. Garage door is nice. Garage door is probably like $6,500 to $7,000, honestly. Garage door is nice. So now you're gonna see the whole tour of the house, and that's my full walkthrough. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe and share.